This is a good fish. I'm trolling along a weed edge here, and this is a really unique situation. I'm able to just cruise right over the tops of these weeds, pulling spinners. But you know, I look around and, ooh, I don't know what we got here. I don't know if we got a walleye or if we got a pike. But you know, so many fish live in these weed beds, and that's why I want to be fishing up here. Let's see what we got. But you know, if you look around today, there's boats that are out fishing off the edge. There's boats fishing all over, but the fish are actually up in here. Oh, look at that. See if I can get him in here. That's a good walleye. But the fish are actually up in these weeds where I'm fishing. Now it's real easy to think, well, you know, I got a lake at home where I can just pull up and fish in the same weeds. But what you got to remember is not all these weed beds are created equal. Let me get this fish out of here, and I'm gonna explain to you what I'm talking about. You know, where I'm fishing today, there's access to deep water nearby. Right out here is the deepest part of the lake. And you know, I'm a huge believer that if I can find structure where there's deep water nearby, I can catch fish all day long. And these fish here, they're just a great example today. These walleyes are laying up in 8 feet of water. And now, if we have a storm come through tonight, they're not gonna be in here tomorrow morning. They're gonna slide into that deep water. See, that's why they like this weed bed. They can come up into the shallows to eat. They can sit up here and chase minnows like they're doing, and they can eat all day long, okay? That's why I'm able to pull right over the top of them. You can look at my graph, you can see these weeds. They come up to 6 feet, you know, sometimes 5 feet, and I'm pulling right over the top. But as soon as something happens, whether it's a cold front or storms with thunder and lightning that they don't like, they have quick and easy passage straight down into this deep water. And that's the key. So when you're looking for a weed bed to fish, take a look at where the deepest water is on the lake and then find an area that has weeds. But one more really important thing, it needs to come up gradually, and here's why. I don't want it to come straight up and then be 5 feet because it's gonna be so full of weeds, there's no way I'm gonna be able to fish it. I want it to come up gradually so that I start into the weeds, and on this lake, they start in about 10 feet of water. If I go out into 11 feet of water, there's not a weed to be seen. But in 10 feet of water they start. By the time I'm in 8 feet of water, they're about 5 feet under the surface, and that's perfect. So that's why you want that gradual drop. Find some deep water, find a weed bed nearby, you're gonna find some of these living there.